Hello and welcome to our live crafting session this evening. My name's Jenny McCormack and I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator, and I'm based in the market town of Brackley, which is in Northamptonshire in the United Kingdom. I nearly said Milton Keynes. That is quite weird, isn't it? Anyway, good evening and welcome to you. If you're watching live, do say hi and let me know that you're here and watching. And if you have any questions or thoughts on what we're doing, then by all means do pop in and comment and let me know. Good evening to you, Tracy. Oh, let me turn my volume down. Good evening to you, Jeanette. Thank you so much for joining us. I finally have some comments both on my screen and my phone, so there's every chance we will be able to communicate this evening, and hopefully I have volume as well as everything else. So the stamp set that's been my stamp set of the week that we're using at Coffee and Card this week, so tomorrow afternoon and next Monday afternoon, is called Breaking News, as you can see, and it features this sort of newspaper front and then different images that you can add to it and different sentiments. So this was the card that we made on Tuesday, and this is just using elements from the stamp set, and in fact this is taken, the example is taken from our catalogue. This is on page 21 of the catalogue and the stamp set is £21. Nice and easy to remember. Hi Jeanette. And I've just stamped the background with the cake and then used two of the sentiments and popped the cake on and just did a little bit of colouring in. Hopefully you can see that. And then I added the cake on the inside and also on the front and the back of the envelope. So that was Tuesday's, just getting it out and starting it from scratch. Yesterday's card was a little bit stepped up, so I used some of our lovely vellum paper that you can see behind here. Hopefully it's almost like a newsprint design, and then I stamped onto a piece of basic white card, and then I used our Party Puffins, hi Scylla, stamp set to add the candles, the sentiment and the little puffin. They're stamped in basic grey, and then I used the stamper artist to layer it up a few times to get a darker colour. So I think that's really sweet, and the candles from this set are 3 candles at different angles, and what I have done previously is actually cut those candles up, hi Moretta, and separated them, so I was able to line 3 candles up and reposition them, so just basically stamp 3 candles twice to create that effect there as a birthday card suitable for any age, and male or female. Today I'm going to make a Christmas card. Now I know for a lot of people it's far too early for Christmas, and if that is for you I apologise, but I also know a lot of crafters, especially if you had to make a lot of cards, have already started making Christmas cards. So what I thought I would do is change this up into a Christmas card, still use the newspaper, but use a sentiment from Christmas to Remember, and I'm going to use this one here. It says "'Tis the Season," because I think that will fit nicely in the block at the top. And then I'm going to add the holly leaves and possibly the berries in the gap here. So that's my plan. Let's just bring those down so you can see those if you haven't seen those already. I have got some backing paper, and this is Cherry Cobbler colour, and it's got tiny little snowflakes in gold. And this is from one of our 6x6" sets of Christmas paper that's available in our Christmas catalogue. Hopefully you can just see that in the light. I'm going to be using that as my backing. So let's get cracking. I hope everybody's had a good day. I've had a good day with my the remaining kits for my class in a box. Hopefully, I know quite a few people have received theirs already, which I'm very glad about with the imminent postal strike. So let's just pop this on here. Not particularly critical where it goes, because I'm just going to put my stamp on top. And let's grab this. Okay, so I'm just going to let this relax onto my card. If I can, there we go. Rather than put it down, because it's very easy to get this one sort of lopsided. Hi Moretta, hope you're well. And I'm going to pick that up. And I might actually use, so the colours of the papers are Evening Evergreen and Cherry Cobbler. So I might use, I'm going to use Evening Evergreen for the outline, Cherry Cobbler for the text, and then the two together for the holly. That's my plan. Let's see how we get on. So this is very much a non-Christmas stamp set, and hopefully I'm going to turn it into a Christmas one. I did put in the comments you might need to look away if you're not a fan of Christmas in August. Okay, so this is Evening Evergreen, and I'm going to ink up this large stamp, and I am going to cut this out again. You could cut a smaller panel of card and have a small border. Okay, sorry that gets a bit close to the camera, doesn't it, when I do that? Okay, so just a good amount of pressure. Because it's photopolymer, the ink does tend to stick to the stamp, so I just give it a little bit extra time when I'm pressing that down. And I can see I missed a bit here, and I've got a hair on there as well. I might be okay, I might get away with it if I just re-ink, and if not I'll turn it over and redo it. Let's have a look and see. That's the distinct benefit of the Stamparatus. However, so got a very tiny mark, but I think I'll get away with that. Okay, let's just wash that down. So if I was doing, if I wanted to do a whole stack of these, I would definitely leave that on my plate so that I can do multiples, and I would just change the paper over and do, you know, 10 or 20 in one go, and then change the stamp over. I'm just doing, well, hopefully just doing the one. Okay, now I'm going to use this 'Tis the Season, and it looks fairly straight, that stamp. So what I'm going to do is pop it in here. Now, because this is a solid stamp, I'm still going to use the Stamparatus. I am going to turn this round though, just so that I'm not repositioning that all the time. Hi Dee, and Good afternoon to you, Fran. So this is 'Tis the Season. Hopefully I've got that roughly in line. I'll soon find out. Move that out of the way. And I'm going to ink that up in Cherry Cobbler. But you could use any red, a real red. Sweet Sorbet would also work. Okay, kitten alert. There is a kitten behind me, I'm just saying. He might make a leap for the desk. And if he does, he's going to send everything flying. Okay, so I could have positioned that a little bit higher, but I'm going to sit with that as it is. And then I'm going to add my holly. Now what I might do is just use a block for this. So let's take this out of the way. Let me grab the right size block. That's what we do. Okay. So my idea is that my holly goes there, and then I have some space for the berries at the top, if that makes any sense. So let me just lift up what I've done already so you can see that. Okay, so holly first, and I'm going to use Evening Evergreen again. But as I said, with the red, you could really use any ink that you have. Just going to try this out on my piece of scrap paper here. Yes, it's perfect. So it has this definition within the stamp itself to give you a little bit of highlighting. I'm just going to wipe that down. Hi Carol, haven't seen you on here for ages, and a hi to you Sandy. Thanks for joining us, both of you. Okay, so this is where my holly is going to go, and I am going to use Evening Evergreen, but as I say, you could just swap out. You could use Soft Succulent if you wanted, really whatever green you had. And it could be holly, but it could be a Christmas tree. It really could be anything that you want. So I'm going to pop this down here, like so. Now in fact, because this is 4 stamps, if I was doing a whole series of these, I would mount up these 2 stamps on another Stamparatus plate, and then you could literally just keep going. So I've got some berries here. Now these berries, actually, these holly berries don't go with this particular stamp, they go with a different one, but I'm going to use them anyway because I think they'll work, she says. And I'm just going to try them on here so I can see what they look like. Get that flat. So I'm not quite sure which way I want to stamp them. Oh, that works okay, doesn't it? So looks like I need to probably refill my Cherry Cobbler ink pad. There we go. Hi Babsy. There we go. Yeah, red paw prints would be a bit messy, wouldn't it? I wonder if, sort of want to put something in this bottom corner, but I don't think, so I could do the holly berries again, but I think I'm going to leave it like that. If I had a little snowflake stamp or something, that would also work. Okay, right, let's pop these away. So let me, if I lift that up, hopefully you can see that. So I've got 'Tis the Season, and then I've got my holly and berries. So you could put anything in here. Christmas tree, you could put penguin. I'm trying to think of other things that have got that are Christmas themed. You want something sort of tall and thin, or short and wide, one or the other. Okay, let's pop that out of the way for the moment. And I've got my cherry cobbler backing paper, and I'm just going to cut this out very quickly, and just going to leave a small border around the edge of white, but I might trim it down. Undecided. So this is what we're going to use, this stamp set we're going to use at Coffee and Card tomorrow in Brackley. And then I'm going to take a series of small image sets with me. So I'll take the puffins. Obviously this one came from the stamp set itself, and there was champagne glasses, and there's a little scroll. So perfect for congratulations cards. You know, anybody that's passed GCSEs or A-levels last week, this would be a great design for them. And I think also the universities sort of first year results or second year results will be out soon as well. Okay, let's tuck those away. Hi Lexi, thanks for joining us. So I'm going to pop this onto, I think, probably a white card. I could layer up Evening Evergreen and white, but I'm just going to stick to white card. Let's get that out. So I'm going to photograph my assistant. It looks like he's falling asleep. I'll pop that on my Facebook page shortly, and you can see that. Quite glad he's not taking the jump from the stool onto my desk, because I think everything might go flying. Okay, right, let's find a bone folder. So I'm going to trim this piece down. So this is from our 6x6 paper stack, and then this is going to go on there. Let's cut that down. Now I could add some little red rhinestones. Oh, that's a pretty side too, actually. Oh, we're just down to the one that we're keeping, Tracy. The others have all gone to their new homes. So you'll have to help me decide. There's this one here, which looks amazingly different on the camera. or there's this one with the gold. So I'm going to cut it to size, but let me know which one you think would look best. Okay, so I'm going to cut this to 10 centimetres by 14.35, just so I've got a small border, because I really want to show those papers off. The circle size, so this one, yes, it does rather look like sort of baubles and holly, doesn't it? It just doesn't have the gold. This would be quite nice with the sentiment heat embossed in gold. So, see what you think. I'm just going to do a little bit of light green shading on there. Probably, oops, light mint macaron. Oh, 2 votes for the circles. If I put the other one there, you can see that, the difference. It looks so different on the camera than it does in person. Okay, so I'm just going to use a little bit of mint macaron between these layers. Oh, I think we could be sticking with the circles. It also covers up my little hair that was covered in ink. That one. And I'm going to use the dark mint macaron for this one here, like so. I think this would also look nice in vanilla, and I think there's lots of Christmas things you could add if you had like music and things like that. I think that would work. So I'm trying to think what else I could put some little dots there, but I don't want to detract from my holly. So I think we're going circles. Hi Sarah. We're definitely going circles. So just going to attach that. I know it's always a shame when you've got papers that are lovely on both sides, but that's why you get multiple sheets. Okay, so there's my circles, and I definitely want something to go across the bottom. Let me just see. I've got merry, so I could do merry, merry, merry. Marissa says gold, sadly. Let's see what I've got on the penguin one. We've got this little present. See, the penguin would look cute in there, but I want it to be, oh, maybe those little stars and jaunty. I think, well, I don't know if they're stars or snowflakes. Going to pop those in there just to finish that off a little bit better. It just feels, I thought I was going to be short of space, but in fact there was plenty of space. I think I'll do those in cherry cobbler. Let's just try them on here first. Yep. Hi Nicole. that works. I'm just looking to see. No, it's going to be too busy to do that, but I am going to add the holly on the inside of the card. Why not? So let's just ink that up, and I will also do the holly on the envelope as well. So just inking that up, and I think I'll do it up here, leaving space for my holly berries. There we go. Squeak, squeak. Let's add some of those little stars in there. And the berries. And we're done. So a complete change from the Breaking News set, which was very much birthday congratulations and the like, and we've changed it into a Christmas card. So that's our inside, like so, and I'm going to add that at a jaunty angle and add a little bit of bling. So this is going to go on with dimensionals. So I can't wait to see what everybody does with theirs at Coffee and Card. So I'm just going to take a whole series of small image stamps with me, and then people can have fun just fitting them in. So what I'll do is I'll pop this on the stamper roll just to make it easy for everybody to stamp. And see what they come up with. Okay, and a little bit in the middle, like so. Not particularly pretty, but it doesn't need to be, does it? There we go. Nope, no, it definitely has to go that way. Like so. Let us pop some bling onto there. Sorry, it's in my bag packed for Coffee and Card. Let me grab my extra bling. Let's see what we've got that would work on that. Now I have got these ones here are our 2021 to 23 in colour opal rounds, and those are in Evening Evergreen. Just feels a little dark, so I've got some iridescent ones there, and then thank you, Jeanette. Have a great weekend yourself. So I've got champagne, And I've got some little, these are metallic dots. Let's have a look and see, because I've got some gold ones in here. Look rather higgledy-piggledy. I think I'm going to put some of those on with a bit of gold, even though we're not using the gold from the paper. Let's put them in the background, I think. Because these are up on dimensionals, I know that this won't stick out above that line, so they won't stick onto the envelope, like so. There we go. Card finished. So, Christmas card from a non-Christmas stamp set. I hope you like it. So I've used Breaking News for the base. That's that one there. And then for this particular one, I've used Christmas to Remember, which I use for the sentiment, and the holly and these berries from Christmas season. But you could use obviously anything, in this case Christmas related. You could have a little line of trees. So we've got this nice little Christmas tree in the penguin place. You could have a little line of trees across there. And also you could have that balloon, forgetting Christmas for a minute, you can have your balloon coming down here, and a happy birthday here or something on the left. So that might be a good one. I might take that set with me to Coffee and Card tomorrow. So thank you so much. There's our finished card. I hope you like it. We went for the jaunty angle and the circles rather than the gold embossed side of the paper. But I hope you like it. Something slightly different. I will be back on Monday. I know it's bank holiday, but I should be here. Coffee and Card is also running in Toaster on Monday, if anybody wants to join us at that area, and we're obviously in Brackley on Friday. All the details can be found on my Facebook page and also on my website, jeminicrafts.co.uk. Thank you so much, everybody. Have a great morning, afternoon or evening, depending on when you're watching. Managed to keep within just the 30 minutes. If I take out the introduction, it'll be 30 minutes. So thanks so much for joining me. Do take care. Look after yourselves and your loved ones, and I hope you can keep crafting. Bye for now.